Hey, Shalom. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise unto Yahweh Shemel Shai, Bashem Kadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and honest you brothers to be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. This is going to be a really quick video, just a quick update regarding the UK and the military within the UK. And as you can see from the article here, the military basically is being bolstered up financially, Boris is making an investment into the military. All right, it says the UK announces largest military investment since the Cold War. So when you had the Cold War, they put a certain amount of money towards the military, and they haven't had to do so ever since. And you have to remember, during those times of the so-called Cold War, there was a real tension and a real a move, all right, or a passion to be ready for all-out World War III. And so many militaries, that was anti-Russia, were very much at the ready to react to a Russian move, or whatever the situation was at the time. So now, as we start moving towards the World War III, all right, and the fight against Yahweh Shai that these Edomites are gonna try to do or try to stage, you're gonna see America, and you saw Trump. He was doing SpaceX. I forget, was it SpaceX? I forget the name of what his faction of the military and his advancement, I forget what that was called, but certainly he was building up his arsenal, his nest. All right, and the scripture talks about how that he was going to put his nest amongst the stars, man. That's what the Most High bring him down, and I believe that word nest goes into an arsenal of weapons, if you will. And this is a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing to see how these prophecies are coming to pass. And the thing that's been long overdue is the acceleration towards the World War III. But we know that the acceleration towards the World War III was going to come after the chip. And we've had a lot of beautiful news regarding the chip and the move towards the chip with this C-19 thing, and how that these elites are going to use the internet-based system to control the C-19, and ultimately that's going to lead to the chip. So it's good to see that, but it's also good to see that these countries, these different places that you have out here within the world, they are starting to think about that World War III again, all right, to fulfill what the scripture saith. All right, it says Prime Minister Boris Johnson said increased spending reflected the need to upgrade the military capabilities. And again, you have to ask yourself, why? All right, the question always has to be why. You're spending certain amount of money. All right, the biggest amount of military investment. These things are going to get signed off. You got to borrow money from somewhere. Someone's got to approve it. All right, so what's going to be the reason as to why it's being approved? Because we're getting towards that World War III, man. Okay, that's the reason. These prophecies got to be fulfilled, and these nations, there's always that tension in the background. When deals are being done or whatever, there's always that tension. So, hey, man, we know that these nations are going to be gathered together for a World War III. Okay, this is a little bit of the proof that they're working towards that. It says the United Kingdom pledged to end the era of retreat by announcing the biggest military investment since the end of the Cold War, despite the C-19 crisis pummeling the economy as it seeks to define its post-Brexit role on the world stage. Prime Minister Boris Johnson, wants to carve out a leading role for the UK in a new era of global cooperation and free trade, backed by modern military and cyberspace capabilities. So it's pretty much self-explanatory. It says Johnson said the increased spending reflected the need to upgrade the military capabilities, including pioneering a new technology with plans for a new space command and artificial agency. And that's interesting, because that all goes into the World War III, the Space Force and the New World Order. All right, the New World Order is going to see a different type of policing within the world. All right, that's going to see a different type of policing within the world. And in addition to that, the battle that they're gonna stage against Yahweh, well, the battle that they're gonna fight against Yahweh when Yahweh returns, that's gonna need particular types of equipment. In a speech to Parliament on Thursday outlining the first conclusions for the biggest review of the foreign policy and defense in 3 decades, Johnson will announce an extra 16.5 billion for the military over the next 4 years, and the defense budget is currently under 42 billion pounds. Okay, so I mean that's pretty much self-explanatory. We can get a handful of precepts here regarding the World War III, the end times, and we can call it quits on that. So Amos, the 9th chapter. Okay, Amos 9 and 8, it says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord prowl upon the sinful kingdom, and he will destroy from off the face thereof, saving utterly. He will not destroy the house of Jacob." All right, that's going to come about with the World War III. Okay, 2 Peter is the 3rd chapter, which I might go into some of these precepts at the camp tomorrow. 2 Peter is the 3rd chapter. This is the 2 Peter 3:10, it says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with a fervent heat, and the works and the earth and the works therein shall be burnt up." Next precept, we can probably use this one in Malachi 4, I think it's going to be. "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven." Why is it going to burn as an oven? Because those elites are going to unleash the ICBM nuclear missiles all over the place and destroy each other with their so-called weaponry, man. All right, the Lord created the waster to destroy. Okay, the Lord created put it within this man's spirit to create an instrument of war he was going to destroy it. That's going to destroy him. The scripture talks about how is that within the scriptures? He that liveth with the sword shall die by the sword. I don't know if that's within the scriptures, but certainly we see that through life, man. Whatsoever a person soweth, that's also shall he reap. So they sowed instruments of death, and it's fitting that that's how they're gonna be removed from the earth. It says, "For behold, the day of the Lord, behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be for stubble. And the day cometh and shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, and shall leave them neither root nor branch." Okay, so the World War III is coming, man. So with that, I'm gonna say all praises unto Yahweh, double honors unto the apostles of great millstone, and honor you brothers to be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.